Good morning, Ross.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm here basically because you recently underwent surgery and you now have ongoing treatment at the cancer hospital.
Indeed.
For a bowel resection.
Correct.
And the operation was good from the point of view of the tumour, but your experience with regards to pain was something I think everybody would like to hear.
Sure. I had two laparotomies. The first laparotomy, pain control was very good.
So if you can just take us through the stages, Ross, of that laparotomy where you woke up and the epidural wasn't working.
Yep, sure.
What happened?
I had to return for a second laparotomy. I had an epidural sited prior to going into the laparotomy, and it appeared to work well, and covered me. However, on waking up from the laparotomy, I was in intense pain, severe, intense, excruciating pain, like I've not experienced ever before. And so it was obvious that the epidural that had been placed preoperatively was not covering the operative site. So in recovery, another epidural was sited, a difficult siting. I couldn't sit up, I couldn't do anything to assist in the undertaking of that procedure. But the epidural worked, and within a short period of time, pain control was established again. I went back to the ward. Something happened along the way, transferring to the trolley, transferring to the bed, etc. But over a period of time, my pain levels were progressively escalating, despite using the PCA. So the pain levels were progressively escalating, and I was becoming more and more uncomfortable, more and more unable to move. The degree of pain was almost undescribable. It is pain that I had never experienced previously, and it was pain that makes you unable to, in fact, focus on anything but the degree of pain that you are in.
Yes. And were you able, can you describe what it was like to breathe, to cough, to move?
Impossible to move, difficult to breathe, certainly difficult to take deep breaths and cough, which people continually kept encouraging me to do. Staff who wanted me to use the hourly incentive spirometer. Had I actually had capacity to throw it at them, I probably would have. But I was in so much pain that I couldn't even do that.
And what did the ward staff do about it?
Initially, they encouraged me to continue using the epidural. Interestingly, over this point in time, nobody checked the epidural site to identify whether anything had happened to the epidural. And I may have contributed to that by the increasing pain made me very, very reluctant to move. So as each hour went by, the pain levels went up and up. I had been prescribed at that stage IV paracetamol, but on its own it does nothing. 5 milligrams of morphine subcutaneous was administered.
5 milligrams was not enough?
Certainly not, and obviously it did absolutely nothing. Pain continued to escalate. Around 8 o'clock in the morning, when a senior anaesthetist, yourself, recited the epidural again. The experience of being in severe pain for 10 hours overnight, that it probably took me a good 3 days to actually recover from that. Whereas on the first laparotomy, where pain control was fantastic, where the PCA epidural worked immediately. I was sitting out of bed within 4 or 5 hours of returning to the unit. I was up walking within 12 or 14 hours. Walked every day. I was certainly aware I had had a major abdominal operation, but it was not pain, it was discomfort, and that's the dramatic difference. Pain control allowed me to do deep breathing, allowed me to use the incentive spirometer, allowed me to mobilise, allowed me to sit out. It allowed me to do all of those things which we all know improve post-operative recovery.
Yes.
On this occasion, it took me 2 days to even be able to get out of bed. I was so exhausted, so physically and mentally wrecked from such protracted pain that even once the pain was controlled, I just felt completely run out.
Right. Thank you.